Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/mangobe.
Mango Bay.
Bay.
Mango Bay! Oh my god!
Mango freaking Bay.
Dude, this is the last episode of
might
Mango
be the
Bay.
final
this is
episode.
the final app.
'Cause
Why?
we finally got there.
Oh my
We
god!
finally got
I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
I'm very
We have the
pumped.
OG.
Oh man.
The OG.
I'm getting butterflies right now. I gotta be honest.
I'm getting more than butterflies.
You're-
And they're having sex.
Yeah,
in your,
they're having
and the butterflies are having sex in his IG
On my
because,
IG stories.
because there always are.
We're here with the brown of the century, really, as far as I'm
About the
concerned.
millennium.
Brown of all times.
Oh my god, who do we got here for them?
We got, what's your name again? Sorry, what's your name? This is my mom. Her name is, do you want to give your name out? We're not going to put your social media handles because there's too many weirdos.
This is Nargis.
my mom.
Nargis.
This is my mom. Nargis Behari. No, this is Kumkum, my mom. Mom, thank you for
Fan.
being here.
Big fan.
Thank you.
Yeah, my mom, the roast master.
She's already, I'm telling you, before the video started, she was like just whacking out everybody. And now she's like, so, greetings.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to the craziness?
Listen, the best part is where she's like, hey, can I tell the story? Like, save it, mom. And then she just keeps saying the story, you know?
What are you going to tell your mom to stop talking? Like
I
she-
can't,
you know,
I
it's like-
try, but it's impossible. She's unstoppable. Mom, how are you feeling?
I'm
Are you
pretty
happy to be
good.
here?
Kind of, I think.
No, I'm not finding that credible at all. Mom, you definitely have some apprehensions about coming on Mango Bay.
I did. It's because the content on some of your previous shows,
What do we have?
I have had to handle via phone calls from relatives who call and ask me, is Pranav okay?
Is he okay?
Is he okay?
But are they actually concerned or they just...
Yeah, they're just concerned trolling is what it's called.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then they say, his shows, they have bad words. And I
Like
always,
what, Auntie?
Yeah, like what are they talking
some
about?
of the words, guys know
Like
what they
what?
are. Yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
And I tell them not all his shows have bad words. He caters to the audience.
Okay.
Which is not family.
So my mom is Mango Bay's PR
I love it.
flack
because
right
here's
now.
the thing. Auntie's saying that it's not Pranav. He would never say those
Yeah.
things. He's just channeling the Western ideas.
What people don't understand is, okay, do I have a dirty sense of humor? Yes.
Yeah.
Did it just come out of nowhere? No. The source of it is my mom. Okay? It is my mom.
Auntie right now.
There's no getting around it, Mom.
A second ago, before the video started, right? We were like, she's like shitting on Pranav for like, why do you have all these animals having sex? And as she's saying that, she's like dying.
She's dying.
She's like, LOL.
She's dying laughing. She loves it. We were like, Mom, the look on your face wasn't horror. It was absolute glee.
She's like, why is an antelope doing that?
Yeah,
She's like loving it.
She's like 9 minutes and 9 seconds. I'm like, you watched the whole video, apparently.
Dude, you had to upgrade to the Patreon to get the full
I
video.
know, seriously.
So how do you...
I think I definitely got my dirty sense of humor from my mom. My mom
Okay.
did have a somewhat... Mom, you have a ribald sense of humor, okay? Can
okay.
we just be real about that?
All right.
Okay, like your favorite part of the anatomy is what? It's...
Your face.
Okay, Mom, just
very
stop.
cute.
Very cute.
Very cute.
But really trying to sanitize things. My mom's favorite word there was a period of time in my life.
No.
My mom's
Easy.
favorite
No.
word.
Easy,
No.
easy. We just started. Easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got him.
Keep him.
We just began.
Mamo, I'm coming for you, Mamo. I'm coming for you.
Hey, buddy.
I'm coming
Easy,
for
easy.
you.
I saw that. The fire in the eyes there.
No.
She was like, what are we going to talk about? I was like, okay, let's talk about beating. She's like, I never beat you. We're getting into mom's revisionist history.
Can I ask you? We
Raising
can start here.
children.
We can start here. Pranav as a kid, was he like he's a wild guy, wild man, antelopes everywhere. When he was growing up, was he this crazy or was he like a well-behaved
You know
kid?
what? He was the sweetest kid. He was born 5 weeks overdue.
Yeah, I think I was like 10 and a
Overdue.
half pounds.
Yeah.
Overdue.
He was like 10 and a half pounds, but he was the cutest kid.
It's true.
Everybody in the nursery, the newborn nursery, all these other parents and grandparents, instead of looking at their own kid, would look at Pranav and said, look at the chief in there. Because he was...
What the heck? That's a little weird. That's like sexualizing,
Yeah,
sexualizing this
I know.
baby.
He's like, look at the chief. And in fact, the doctor who delivered him would say, this is a big baby. Is your husband big? And I'd hear it time and time again. And I came and said to Avinash, it's so annoying. That's all they ask, as if I'm a midget. And he said, well, just tell them next
So
time.
you're getting offended because they're implying you're not tall enough or something?
No. So
You know,
then,
I could make this amazing baby.
There was no husband. It was God.
Then I came and told my husband, I said, this is weird. These doctors keep asking me if your husband's tall. And my husband said, and Avinash said that, tell them my husband's average, but the baby's father is tall.
Oh, it's the release.
My dad does have the jokes, actually.
Well, then why don't you have him here?
Okay, see, this is the thing. My mom loves roasting my dad.
Yeah, I
This
love
is
it.
like her
I
sen-
love it.
her most material as a comic, as a comedian, comes from my dad.
And I see Uncle as like a very nice guy. I don't see him that much. So all the personality I get, like his nice guy. And then I hear your roast 19 times. So
Sure,
it's a hilarious kind of.
You are out here roasting. The first time you ever met Usama, we were all on FaceTime.
Yeah.
You're like, "Who's that?" I was like, "That's my boy Usama." He goes, "Bin Laden." Bin
And I
Laden.
never forgot that. I
He was
cried.
right there.
I cried right there.
Oh, but you see, I didn't know you were there. I mean, because
Yeah.
when
You
I-
knew.
back
Yeah,
then-
you know what? Because you went like
And
this, you went-
the disrespect.
Back then, that was the only Usama I'd heard of.
Oh, 'cause I was so excited to talk to you. I was like, as Pranav called you, and I was like ready to talk to you. I was running to you. I was running to the FaceTime, and I stopped running when I heard
Yeah.
Bin
Bin
Laden.
Laden.
I
He
stopped
was
in my
like- he
tracks.
cried.
I stopped in my tracks.
He was like a bully from Texas where he grew up.
I put myself in a locker somewhere. I was like, I'll just let myself in.
Now, Pranav was a sweet kid. He was very affectionate. The first, he babysat a cat.
It's already amazing. This
Yeah.
it's already incredible. It's like a Hindu parable. And then he became the cat.
And then the friend gave him some money, for babysitting. And he negotiated. He kept saying, no, that's not enough. Is that all? And stuff
Good
like that.
boy. I had no idea.
And so her husband kept saying, we got to put him on our income tax return, because he's here a lot. And, they used to buy him all kinds of treats. So anyway, with the money that he got, which I scolded him, I said, why would you take money from her? And he said, Mom, I babysat and Mrs. Fink said that it's okay. Sorry, I took her name. Is that okay?
It's
Totally fine, totally
I
fine.
don't think anybody.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
And,
I think
yeah.
this is Sphinx fans.
Yeah.
Watch out.
And then, but you know what
Mrs.
he
Fink.
did with that money? We were shopping at Lord and Taylor, and he said, Mom, I'll be right back. And I said, no, Pranav, where are you going? And he went to the Estee Lauder counter and he got me a bottle of perfume.
Whoa.
He had it gift wrapped with that money that he had earned. And you were, under 10 years old, right?
I think I was 9 years
That
old.
is very cute, dude. I
So,
never heard
Yeah.
this
so
story.
listen, why would you? It's
beautiful.
Not, this is what this is.
Why
These
would I want
are,
you to
these
do
are the quote jokes that my mom's like. Can I tell the joke where you were a good boy? Like these are the stories.
To me, it's a closer. To me,
Isn't
I love it.
Isn't it? His first paycheck. And then another time he went to, what are those sales called?
I don't know.
Aren't you really gonna try to jujitsu this whole thing into just nice things?
It's all nice. She's like, one time there was a cloud in the sky. Like these are going to be the stories.
And he pointed and smiled.
If I don't intervene
And
right
that-
now,
and
yeah,
that is my boy.
One time he was a very good
So she's
boy.
like antelope, fucking
Yeah.
Pranav is the best boy I ever had.
Hey, remember we can't use the F word,
Oh,
right?
sorry.
There were several rules about you coming
Sure,
on the
sure,
podcast. The first one is that nobody could take a shit.
Sure.
Nobody could use
Auntie,
the
I
bathroom.
told her about this. I took 3 shits in my house. I took 3. I pushed out things that weren't even there. Auntie. I have no small intestine anymore. For you, I gave up my colon.
The first thing was like
he gave up
nobody-
his liver or kidney. I gave up my colon.
Nobody could take a shit, and then the second one was no F word.
Sure.
It was like no effort. I said, Pranav. And he forced me. I said, okay, do it tomorrow.
Why don't you follow these rules off camera, Mom?
Which rules?
Not saying the F word. You be swearing, Mom.
I don't. I don't
And your
use
way
them.
of saying it, fucking. This is her way of saying.
I get
This is her way of
selective
saying.
memory, yeah.
Here's her way of saying the F word. It's never just. It's very. It's like fucking this person.
Okay,
You're an
Pranav.
idiot.
Hey, that's 2 strikes.
It's two
2
strikes.
strikes.
3 strikes, you can
Two
get out of here.
strikes.
Trust me.
No.
So he's growing up. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't a only good relationship. I'm sure it wasn't only perfume
Listen,
presence.
bro, I'm telling
Yeah.
you were barking up the wrong tree. My mom is a revisionist historian, okay? Every story that she's going to tell you is going to be like, there was one time he walked an old lady across the street.
No.
The ends.
The end. No,
No?
Pranav used to go to these golf courses. There was one near our house.
Here we go again.
He'd pick up lost golf balls and sell them to his teachers. He'd come home with money. Where did you get this money from? I sold my teacher, such and such teacher, golf balls. I said, how many? I said, where did you get them from? And he said, from the golf course.
This is so insane.
Little did she know I was selling weed.
Yeah, in the golf balls was weed, auntie.
And Pranav never came home with the clothes he wore to school.
That's it. Okay, what? Yeah.
And that's because, I used to buy him all these nice, nice clothes,
Yeah.
shirts, T-shirts and all. And he'd come home in his white undershirt. Pranav, where's your shirt? Oh, we had gym, it's in my bag. I said, okay.
Okay.
And then, I'm doing the laundry. Go to his room, see if his shirt's there.
Not there.
It's not there. And then the next day it's not there.
Okay, well,
Then I
Wait, this is crazy. Hold on.
And then the tip was, the icing on the cake was, I had this beautiful Ralph Lauren jacket, very expensive denim jacket.
He's selling these.
He wore it to school, and he never came back with it. I said, where's your jacket? No, Mom, it was gym class. I had to change, and I left it at school, but I'll get it back. And this went on to a point when Ashish, my older son, said, Mom, why don't you get insurance on his clothes? He seemed to lose a lot of the clothes you buy for him.
Listen, here's the real kicker for this story.
going
And no,
Here's what you have to hear.
I'm not done.
I'm hearing both sides.
And then at the end of the year, the school used to say, everybody go through the lost and found bin, claim your clothes. And they used to send us a thing, tell your children to, if they're missing any clothes. So I'd just tell Pranav, go and look for that shirt and that shirt. And, Ma, it wasn't there or whatever. And then he told me later on one time, Mom, today I went to school and I saw one of my teachers in my shirt.
my teachers have been finding these shirts and then just wearing them.
And he says,
just wearing them.
And as Pranav says, as he passed I said, what did you say?
Yeah.
He says, I passed him and I said, nice shirt.
This is
Remember?
amazing.
I
It's
do
incredible.
remember. But you see, you can't let her just go with the stories here, okay?
I love it. I love it.
All of them are highly sanitized ideas.
I totally get it.
Okay.
These are the kind of weird, things that Pranav's
These
involved
are
in.
the things that, happened with Pranav growing up. But
I will say this, Auntie, you have a very PR vibe. You're very good at it.
All
I
of her
can see
stories are like Sunday comic,
Super-
newspaper
yeah.
comics,
Yeah, it's a
family,
family
circus,
circus, right?
No,
No,
You know?
Pranav was...
Where the joke is that we're all one big family.
Yeah.
That's how nice is that?
No, Pranav was,
She's in full Condoleezza Rice mode.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
kind of, yeah,
She is
like
Secretary of
Oprah
State.
mode.
She is locked in now. Well, I just know you from Pranav's FaceTime.
FaceTiming.
Forever, right? And what struck me always about you was that, first of all, you're hip with the thoughts. You're hip with the comebacks. You're hip. My mom is always like, I do one thing on her, John joke. She's like, I'm leaving the room. I hate all this. So she's always fed up, just like from my just goofiness. But you play around. You throw back. You put him on the wall a little bit. I always thought that was fascinating for me. I don't see Indian moms really do that well.
He got his sense of humor from me.
I love it.
That's what she says now that I have a career. Before it was like on my dad. She did the same thing with my brother when he got into med school, I remember. She's like, well, I've always been a bit of a scientist myself. Like, what? He's my son.
No, but you see, you take more after Dad.
Uh-huh.
You do.
Say more.
And Ashish somewhat takes after me, like his habits and behaviors.
Yeah. See, my mom doesn't like me. This is one
Shut
thing
up.
that needs to be. My latest joke I've been doing on stage, which is a true story, based on a true story. One time I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, do you like me? And my mom's response verbatim was, I do.
the upward release.
And that was it. There was nothing beyond that. She didn't finish the thought, and I'm glad.
She
that
walked
didn't.
away slowly,
Yeah, she
back
do.
walked, closed the door. My mom, one time I said, Mom, I love you. She's like, most sons love their mothers.
Yes.
Thanks,
that's-
Mom. Thanks. That's fun.
Most sons love them. You know
Then
what?
I asked her, I was like, do you love me? She was like, why not?
Why can't Indian mom say yes to I love you too? What is that?
Don't I say that, Pranav? I love you too.
I don't think so.
Shut up. I do.
I think you said shut up more than I love
Yeah,
you.
that's
I'll
true.
say that. Here's my theory.
That's your theory, okay?
I want to know, what was your reluctance to come on Mango Bay? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Just the language and the material.
The language.
We don't even
Okay.
say F words anymore.
We don't really
Yeah.
swear
Past
much.
that. We say
yeah.
things that are so heinous that it's
Yeah,
like,
there aren't
That's why I
words
never
yet for
watch.
them.
I mean, I click on it to see what atrocities.
War crimes.
And then I look on it for a second, and Avinash is next to me, and I'm like, oh my God, this Pranav.
And Avinash's got like the popcorn.
And Dad
he's enjoying
says, he says, why do you watch it? I said, out of curiosity. He's my son.
What do your cousins think about Mango Bay?
I don't know if they watch Mango Bay, but they watch something. And they say, Prakumkum.
Is he
Pranav
okay?
Is he okay? What is this? Is he okay? He's of course okay.
I don't know why you pay so much attention to the cousins, Mom.
Yeah,
you
who
know,
are these people? Why?
These are they only exist through WhatsApp.
No, they're on Messenger.
Yeah, when's the last time
Messenger.
you saw these people?
Huh?
When's the last time you saw these people?
It's been a while.
Right. So like, how
3-4 years. 3-4 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Having an effect on you in your life, it seems.
All I ask of Pranav is to keep it clean.
Yeah, but obviously I can't do that.
No, but having gone to one of his shows, as Pranav would agree with me, I wanted to get up even like 10 minutes into it. Because whatever I saw was so filthy.
Not from me.
Not from you.
Not
Oh,
from
okay,
me.
okay. Who was the comic?
It was, I think it was Nikki Glazer.
Oh
actually.
my God. Okay, yeah.
He was. And then, yeah. And the guy before her looked at me and said, looks like this lady is not enjoying. And just to confirm his thought, I got up and I was leaving.
Wow.
And Pranav said, Mom, it's next. I'm coming on next. And then Pranav's jokes were clean, you know.
Yeah,
I was keeping it clean because she was in the audience,
right.
you
Yeah.
know?
Right.
You know, his jokes were clean only because I was in the audience. But other than that, oh my God, some of the words they use and some of the things they say, I don't even know exist.
What? Wait.
I mean, some of the words they use.
Give us an example.
Even the female comedian. Oh my God, she was worse than the guy.
Welcome
But
to
the
comedy.
only thing about the whole going to his show was, after the show ended and we came out, this guy came up to Pranav and said, oh, before you become famous, let me take a picture with
Love
you.
it. Love it.
Yeah,
I
she
love
loves that.
I love that.
That, and she was like, my second favorite comic was the gay one, and there was no gay comic on there.
I never
It's
said
just an
that.
interpretation of, I'll tell you who it was later.
My mom also has the same thing where she's like, I'll be on FaceTime sometimes and I'll show them my comic friends. And the next day she'll be like, who was that white man? And it was like a Jewish lady named Jessica. I mean, you guys don't really lock in with the faces. I'll tell you who that person is later too.
Yeah. Probably the same person.
I know, right? Well, here's the thing. If for you, it's got to seem like insane, but this is our natural life. We're in a place where thoughts aren't censored, right? It's just what you think is what you say.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know. You should be at this point be on my team,
'Cause
not
you're-
on the cousins'
yeah.
team, Mom. You
I'm
know,
on your team.
You know, you get at some point you got to give the middle finger to the cousins. And be like, guys,
Stop.
step off,
I'll-
okay?
I'll do it for you.
I'm with Team Pranav. You know, I'm with Team
I
my
am
son.
Team Pranav, but they are also an important part of my life.
How?
They are.
They just.
My parents have, my mom's side is very Muslim. And so when my mom's younger sister, the youngest one, that looks the hottest, looks the youngest and the most Muslim though, the most, you know, she's like, this is all going to hell. You're going, you hell. You are the hell. Get ready. Hope all expenses paid trip. Who the hell? And I'm like, Mom, are you going to let her say this to me? Like, that your son's going to hell? And she's like, well, you know, if the shoe fits, you know.
The shoe fits.
And I'm like, this is not okay. Your sister's telling me that I might go to hell, and you're just being like, ha ha, hui.
But you know, you have to accept the fact that they are a different generation, brought up in a different time.
But that's okay for them to be like hell.
Huh?
You know, that's okay for them to be like, different generation doesn't mean negative energy is universal.
No negative energy. You know,
I
they're
think it's
concerned.
negative energy.
No,
Mom.
no,
Some of
there's
these
no.
people, it's like, it's bullying after a certain
bullying.
point. You
No,
know?
it's not bullying.
It's cyberbullying because it's all on WhatsApp.
It's not on WhatsApp.
Who would have thought the worst cyberbulliers
Messenger.
are not Russian hackers? It's actually old
No,
Indian men.
it's old Indian hackers, you know?
All I ask, Pranav, keep your work clean.
I know,
can't,
and
you
I
can't.
can't do that, obviously.
Because Pranav, you know him because he is you, and you're.
I know, Mom. That is correct. Okay, you have a slightly vulgar
if you
sense
just
of
stand up, I
humor.
swear to God, if you just stand up, I'd give you like a page to write on. The first word would be animals, you know, and you would jump in. Yeah, I feel like that's why I love you so much, because your energy is like ours. It's like wild. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
you're a bit of a jungly, Mom.
You're jungly energy.
You are a bit of a
Jungly
jungly.
energy.
You're really trying to keep it real sanitized on the camera, you know? But you know what it is.
So here's the thing. I've seen you it's a very interesting dualism, Auntie, because you say things like, "Hey, be clean," but then I see you laughing hard at
You
Pranav's
laugh a
dirty
lot.
jokes.
My mom's favorite
I
video.
love it.
My mom's favorite video. She's
is.
laughing at it now. She
It
can't
is.
help but to laugh at it. My mom's favorite video that I've ever done, and there's 2 of them. And these are the dirtiest things I've ever done in my life. The most vulgar things. It's of me putting on a Snapchat filter so I look like a child. And I'm playing a guy with progeria who's like acting like a child prostitute. And my mom, not only does she love this, she comments on it, clapping emojis, smiling, laughing emojis. She loves it. She loves it so much she sent the video back to me.
I love it.
As if it's somebody else.
No, I sent it to Celie.
I love
You
it.
sent it to her best
That's
friend who's
hilarious.
white,
And
not her
she loved
cousin.
it too.
Huh?
She loved it too.
I love it. I love
That-
what I'm Cook was like. I love that one comedy special, 2 girls, 1
Yeah,
cup.
I know.
So good. Classic
But that
comedy
is-
special.
She doesn't know what it is. It's. I mean, you have a somewhat vulgar sense of humor.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's a very dark joke, Auntie.
That's the darkest, possibly the dirtiest joke ever, really. And you love it.
So what about that is so hilarious?
But she just likes the face, I think. She just sees the face and she
No,
thinks
the
it's funny.
things that
looking.
you said, the Skittles.
The Skittles? What did I say about the Skittles, Mom? Huh?
Let me see what you have. Football fruit by the foot, Skittles.
She knows the lines.
Yeah.
So good.
I watch it all the time.
Right.
It is so funny. Have you seen it?
Progeria child prostitute negotiating for Skittles. See? This is my mom's favorite video. She knows the lines.
Woo!
What are some other
Have you
gems?
seen it? Have you seen
I've
it?
seen it. I like it. I
See,
retweeted
even
it.
for him, he was like, this is a bit much. He's like, bro, what's going on with this?
That was so funny. That's that and the Indian astrologer.
You're right.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, amazing. That's got to be the favorite of any
And,
Indian.
Indian
and then the
parents and all.
Muslim astrologer.
That one also was good, yeah.
And then you say he's your cousin.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it. Auntie's got the lines.
Yeah.
She remembers the
That's
lines.
good. My mom
yeah.
also listens to all Mango Bay episodes.
Oh, she does?
She is she found it somehow online, and she looks at me. She's like, Usama, I watched 20 episodes in one day. I'm like, oh my, that's not even healthy. And she just can't stop watching. Her boy's on the episode.
Absolutely.
But she doesn't remember anything we're saying. That's why I love that you remember the lines. Mom was like, you guys are just talking bad.
I think one thing you should know is that the cousins aren't watching Mango Bay. They're just maybe seeing the Instagram stories. And I blocked all of them since. Or not blocked, but I hide them from them since. So they
okay.
can't see them. Okay? And they're not listening to the podcast, Mom.
Okay.
Okay?
They're
They're
not.
not
Are
listening
you
to the
sure?
I'm 100%
Yeah.
sure. I'm 1,000% sure.
And I like the episode with Hassan Minaj.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, of course. Everybody does.
My
Everyone's
mom
favorite.
has, I think, legitimate crush on him now. She always mentions him. She's always like, he's such a good hairstyle.
Yeah.
Always starts with the hairstyle. I'm like, Mom, he's married. He's got 2 kids. And so are you, Mom. I don't want you to remember it. But my mom is into Hassan Minaj. She thinks he's very clean cut.
He looks like I can't imagine him using bad words.
He
Does
did not. He
does
did not.
use-
He does not,
No,
right?
he's a good boy.
He is.
Yeah, he's not really.
He's going to run
And
for
what's the other one?
He's gonna like run for office. or
prime
something.
minister or something.
Oh yeah, Prime Minister of.
Yeah.
What's the other guy's name? The other comedian?
Which one?
Usama Siddiquee.
No, not Usama. But the other guy
Bin Laden.
the other guy who said
50 Cent.
yeah, I told Pranav. When
That's
he
still
sent
one of
me
the
a
funniest things
picture,
I've ever heard.
when he sent me a picture of that coat, I said, "Who do you think you are, 50 Cent?"
She's talking about a tiger jacket that I have. Mom's 50 Cent is my mom's one reference point for all black people. For all black people. Frederick Douglass, 50 Cent.
And then Fat Albert is 100 cent.
Yeah.
Because he's bigger. He's a 2 black guy. He's 100 cent.
Okay, let's.
Can I ask you, Auntie, why you think 50 Cent was a comedian? Well,
I don't
remember the
know
story
who
all
he
the
is,
time.
but I saw somebody with a gold tooth and lots of chains and
You
a
were
weird
literally,
jacket.
one time you were like, when I was first starting comedy, you're like, my favorite comedians, Jerry Seinfeld, the fat one, 50 Cent. That was it.
So who's the fat one?
I don't know who's the
John
fat one.
Candy, Sam Kinison?
Probably Kevin James. 'cause
Kevin
my dad
James.
watches
Kevin
The King of
James,
Queens.
Kevin
yeah.
James.
My dad likes watching
and
The
I
King of
tell
Queens.
him,
He's funny.
I said, Pranav, they have made it without using bad words. I have never seen an episode of theirs where they have even used any
Listen,
four-letter
Mom, you
word.
should see them off camera,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
They're nightmares.
Because Jerry Seinfeld was saying clean words while, banging a 17-year-old.
Yeah, Bill Cosby. My mom has seen Bill Cosby in concert.
Have you heard the news?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on Cosby now?
You know, we were in Atlantic City once.
Nice deflect.
And
Amazing.
now we saw he was performing. So I said to Avinash, I said, you know, we used to watch his show. What was that?
The Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show.
Yes.
And we went to see. We got very good seats. The only people he made fun of were his wife and mother and his family.
Okay.
Not one bad word came out of his mouth.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
And
that's
clean.
better than.
Yeah.
The bad words.
Uh-huh.
The
Okay.
bad
So
words.
So does
that absolve him from
Yeah.
19.
I'm so glad you were not on the jury.
Absolutely
But he
not.
didn't say the F
He's
word.
one of the last clean comics, guys.
What
Yeah.
he said, come here, please, before he did it. You know, that's nice. That's courteous.
No.
Like the craziest
See,
thing.
off
gets-
camera, when I asked my mom, she's like, it was the 70s.
Yeah, I did say that.
As in, he did it for 10 years. He did it for a full decade. Huh?
That's when they used to do all these drugs and, you know, those hallucinating drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
So all that stopped in 80,
Straight
January
up
1st,
80.
1980.
The day I was born, apparently.
Everyone became just consensual.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, a lot of these. So, you watched comedy growing up when Pranav was growing up.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I used to watch. What's the other guy?
I mean, my dad was really the comedy.
The comedy
guy.
fan.
Oh,
My
please,
dad
then
was
why
the
don't
comedy
you have
fan.
him on this
See, my mom
episode?
gets mad jealous of my dad.
No, really. I mean, he keeps referring to his dad
I
as
mean,
a great
She's
comedian.
super.
That
she gets
he's
really-
inherited his talent from
If
dad.
I'm like, Dad, great eggs, she's like, what? They're fine.
I remember one story on
Eggs.
if I can say this. I remember when he was at Pennsylvania and he called me one day and he said this story about you that I died. The idea of like the cooking and like who cooks and one day like
Oh, the pakoras.
Avinash uncle cooked. And it was this big dramatic thing of like,
What was
I'm
it?
not hungry, I'm not going to eat
Yeah,
today.
that's right.
Where he cooked the whole meal and you're like, I'm not hungry. I
Oh,
don't
the
want to
eggs.
eat the food that your husband made.
He makes these eggs.
Yeah.
He refries them, you know.
Okay.
He washes the pan, then he puts on some butter, then he refries scrambled egg. It's like leather by the time they are done. So I sent him a video.
Everybody loves these eggs. They're
Yeah,
like-
they don't know
in the
any better.
family- In the family, my
You're
mom,
like hating on these eggs.
my mom just hates on the eggs.
Because they're like leather.
I mean,
Who refries scrambled
Mom,
eggs?
you eat the eggs
No,
yourself.
I don't. I eat the fries.
Okay, I
I
mean,
eat the fries.
But everyone loves the eggs. And that pisses you off. That's like, absolutely not. I cook every day and this guy makes a couple eggs. He's the hero. Huh?
the fact is, my
hero.
mom was never really into comedy. My dad was into comedy. My mom was really into horror.
Right.
You know, so she would like she would take my brother to see The Exorcist at like age 3 and stuff like that. She had no
No.
idea what was going
That's
on.
crazy.
You know,
That's crazy.
He was not 3.
how old was he?
He was probably a baby, and he started crying. You know, we wanted to go see the movie, so we thought we'll sit in the back and he'll sleep through. You know, it was his nap time.
Through the sounds of
You
demons.
He
had
woke
never
up-
seen the trailer, I guess, for this movie.
Do you
I
want the
had.
first sound of baby to hear to be like,
I have. I love horror movies.
You used to.
well, y'all both
I
love him.
still do.
Y'all both. He's always watching horror movies.
I'm a huge horror fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll show
I
me a
love
video
it.
that's like, hey, this is an amazing movie.
Well,
it's
because
like,
my mom used to scare the shit
Yeah.
out of me growing up too,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So like I would come home from school and
one time he said, he's like, hey, this is going to be an amazing horror movie. And then he puts it on. It's like 4 NYU kids in a werewolf costume. I'm like, what is it? What? When you something like this one video, you're like, we got to watch this movie. And it's like, it's amazing. It's a horror movie. It's one of the worst movies I've ever
What
seen.
was it?
Wasn't the one the 4 people go into the woods and then the one guy like gets assaulted in a tent. And then you fell asleep. That's why.
oh yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't know if it was going to be good or not. No, my mom used to. Here's the thing, kind of stuff my mom would do is I would like come home from school and I'm like 4 years old. I'm like, hey mom, and I like open up the door and my mom's back to me. She's at the kitchen sink. I'm like, hey mom, it's me. I'm home from school. She just doesn't answer me.
What?
And I'm like, mom, what's going on? And then she would just like turn around, just be like,
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
and she would like sway like this and just like hover, lurch towards me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she would just scare the shit out of me until she gets really close and I'm like pissing myself and then she starts laughing.
No, that's not true. When you were 4, I was there at the bus stop to pick you up.
Okay, that's 4. Okay, this is like 6 maybe.
Okay. Get your story right.
Yeah, this is like 6. Okay. I mean, you love to do it. Then you would do stuff. You'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, how'd your day go, mom? She'd be like, oh, it was great. A snake came and visited me. I'm like, what? And I look back at it and I was like, was my mom on drugs back then? You know? She'd be like, yeah, a snake came and I fed it some milk. And I'm like, what?
Auntie, this is pretty crazy.
There was a skunk.
What? Wait, are you
not
still
a
holding
snake.
to the story?
There was a skunk. He was a good boy. When I had kidney issues, Pranav, the minute he came all the way from New York to Johns Hopkins, we had gone there for a second, third opinion, and Pranav came from New York.
New York, where I live now.
Ashish came from Virginia, and that's where the doctors told us that my kidneys were failing. And of course, I started crying, and they said she'll need a transplant, and I was just sobbing by then. And both my sons were like, "She's not going to go on dialysis. We are going to donate a kidney." You know.
Sure.
And when I look back, every time December comes around, and I think back to the anniversary of the surgery.
Okay, Mamu, are you okay?
This is
Yeah,
cute.
I'm
This is
okay.
very nice. It's nice.
And I find myself being as sad 6 years later.
Sad? Why sad?
Because,
Beautiful thing.
that-
It's
happy.
a beautiful thing. It's a
No,
beautiful
it
thing,
may
Andy.
be, but which mother likes to take her son's kidney?
No. My mom wants to take my ego, take my
Ego, I wouldn't-
happiness.
Mom,
take
you
my-
love that I gave you a kidney. My mom will bring it up out of nowhere. We'll be at a restaurant. We'll be at like a restaurant. Be like, any dietary restriction? She'll be like, you know what?
No, never mind.
I had a kidney transplant.
Never
My
mind.
son was the
She's
donor.
like, I love the kidney soup
Yeah.
with my son's other kidney in it. Why other? Because he gives me.
You bring it up for zero reason wherever we go.
No, I used to, because I want everybody's blessings on Pranav.
Right.
He's done the greatest.
When I heard that, I was blown away.
He was, he did. That's a very, very
That's
special
one of the
thing
biggest,
to do. It is, every time I go to the hospital, they ask about him. They ask, how is your comedian son doing?
They're like, why is he being so dirty? What is this?
Why is he talking the ejaculate?
We should have taken the other kidney if he's going to be all this cussing all the time.
No, Pranav is, Pranav
That's
is
a beautiful thing, and it's one of my favorite things about P is that he
did.
you give your body to the lowest
I mean,
level.
yeah.
And here's my thing is like, you're saying, well, why can't I take something from my son? But it's like the gift of being able to give something back.
I
as
know,
big as
but
that.
as a mother, every time the December 6th comes around,
Was it December 6th?
That's actually the victory day for Bangladesh as well.
for Bangladesh.
Whoa! Bijoy Dibosh is December. What?
But it wasn't January 6th, though. That would have
It
been
was
bad.
December.
Yeah.
And I'm, I go to go for my anniversary appointment, and the doctors ask me, how you doing, this, that, and I'm like, I'm doing good. And, again, I'm reminded of this huge
It's
gift
big.
of life.
It's big.
Yeah, the nurses ask about him, how is
And now
this?
look, now you're shitting on him for saying bad words.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't get
Saying
away with
F
saying...
word. You can't say F
I
word.
can't say the F word here and there, huh?
No,
I
no
can't,
bad word.
and I can't, nothing, no allowances. I can't talk about the ejaculate
No,
on the
Pranav,
podcast.
stop.
See?
Okay,
She can't handle it. She can't handle it.
I'm telling you. I told him no.
Clean, keep your show clean.
Mom.
Then I sent him an article about something.
Brandy, that is your quote. Though.
And
That
what
is-
it said, the gist of the article was,
Did you say jizz?
no, not to say, what was it?
You said gist.
Huh? No, the gist.
gist?
The gist. It was like,
J-I-Z-Z-T.
you have a bigger audience when you have a clean mouth.
Okay. But here's the. Can I say the one thing? Is it the people that are really gonna love him, or is it people who think some idea of him? If he's the most real person he is, then the realest fans are gonna come to him.
Yeah, why would I want people
Right.
that I don't really care about coming to
Right.
see me? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why. I mean, I'm doing this because I'm being myself, right? It's the truest form of myself. So
Right.
why wouldn't I be my actual self?
Right.
Which is a bit dirty, which I did inherit from you, whether you like it or not. My
I
mom's
didn't
fa-
make a career out of it, though. did
That's,
I?
you kind of did. You kind of did.
That's amazing, actually.
Okay.
So you're accepting that it is like that, but
No, it's not really like that. But, I tell Pranav, you have done something, he had taken the LSAT and he had scored high enough to go to law school.
Right.
And here we are all excited, and I missed a wedding, a friend's daughter's wedding, because Avinash had taken him to look at colleges. And his score was high enough, he could have gotten into a really good, law school. And then lo and behold,
lo and
Lo
behold,
and behold.
one morning he gets up
I love it.
and he says, Dad, can you take this and send it by whatever, express,
sure,
it reaches New York today? And Avinash said, yeah, sure. So he sent it, and it was to Mad Magazine.
Amazing, yeah.
And
this is the first credit.
And then I said, Pranav, I didn't dare ask him what it was for. What was he sending to Mad Magazine?
How about Happy Magazine? What about the Grades Magazine?
Yeah.
These are my mom's puns. Every time we would be like, hey mom, can we? My brother would be, Mom, I want to go fishing. She'd be like, go fishing for good grades.
I did say that to Ashish.
Yeah,
Just
everything.
a day before his
I want to ride my bike. Why don't you bike on over to some good grades?
No, when Ashish had his SATs, and he comes all dressed up in this LL Bean, hat and fishing hat and jacket with the hooks hanging.
He did have a bit of an identity crisis
Hilarious.
at that point.
He had the fly fishing.
I said, Ashish, where are you dressed up to go? He said, I'm going to go fishing. I said, why don't you fish for good grades? I laughed.
That's her favorite thing.
I said, you have your SATs tomorrow. Why don't you,
Fish
instead...
for a 1600 down
And
there.
he did very well. He was in a speciaI program.
Amazing.
So I'm, proud of both my sons. But Pranav...
he has an amazing joke where he's like, I gave my kidney to my mom and
she still likes my brother.
Yeah, it was a failure. She's still alive. It's just that I'm still the not favorite son.
Yeah.
Which is true.
But then, he could have gotten into a really good law school. But then one of his friends sent him the thing about the Mad Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Pranav, you must apply, even though it's only for people from the Harvards. What's that club called? Lagoon? What's that club called? Lampoon Club. But why don't you just send something? Why don't you just send something?
It's disgusting, yeah.
So Pranav did whatever he could overnight, and he sent it. And then Pranav was so called in college, and I called. He had left his cell phone at home, I think. So I called this college because...
Oh my God, yeah, I got a call in the middle of a class to like your mom, and I'm like, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah.
I go and take the call, and then my mom tells me this news, and I'm like,
it's amazing.
That's it?
So, yeah. So Pranav, this lady called from Mad Magazine, and she said, could you have Pranav call me back ASAP? So then I thought it must be something good. So I'm trying to call Pranav's number, and it's ringing in his bedroom. And I'm like, heck, he's not, he's not taking this. So I called the college. I said, could you page Pranav and just tell him? No, not
Somebody
page.
came to the classroom.
I said,
I thought it was something horrendous that was happening.
No,
You should have waited.
No, but she said ASAP. So Pranav came running. I could see he was out of breath.
Yeah.
Mom, is everything okay? I said, everything is fine. So instead of it being so good for him, it was like anticlimactic, It was like, oh my God, I thought something had happened. And then it was just, he got a call from Mad Magazine.
I love it.
So then he called Mad Magazine and he got an unpaid internship.
Oh, you did internship?
Mom, so why don't you tell some bad stories now,
this is
okay?
very
These
nice.
are all terrible.
This is a good joke.
No, but I have to say this because I'm really proud. That's when I thought there was some
I think it's
potential.
fine. I think it's nice that she's studying.
No.
These are just
So
this is the most
beautiful.
boring episode of Mango
not
Bay
at
ever.
all. Not at all.
No, that's when
all.
I thought maybe there is something to it. So it was an unpaid membership, unpaid internship to Mad Magazine, and they paid him. And then they invited him to their Christmas party and announced him as the youngest writer to publish in Mad Magazine. So this is definitely a story worth telling.
I think it's cute. I think it's fine. We can have a cute story about you, dude.
It's all been
It's
like,
fine. No,
you know,
there's all this wild
one
stuff.
day he was
Can I
walking a
ask-
dog,
And he saved the dog's life. But
and then he saw a butterfly.
But
And
Usama,
he came
ask you a
home and he
question?
said, Mom, I
What's
saw a
that?
butterfly.
Here's your question. So if say you're walking, right?
No, but listen to this.
I'm in.
So when the Mad Magazine thing came, I had that page framed. I don't know where the whole big thing is gone. Because every time I put it up in a room, Pranav hides it under the bed.
Why do you hide it?
Because it's ridiculous.
It's kind of cute.
It's a
Mad
ridiculous
Magazine.
thing.
Mad Magazine.
It's
I mean,
big. With the guy with the gap tooth.
Yeah.
The gay
It's
guy.
just like, who cares, you know?
See, because we grew up reading the Mad Magazine.
Yeah, I
so
get
it's a big
that.
thing,
That's
you know.
fine.
So
But
it's
for
a
me,
bit
I'm just like, it's...
So now
It's
then
good.
Kenna
It's
took
cringe.
it. I'll hang it. Ashish wanted to take it, I think. I don't know who has it, but not only is that magazine, lost, but so is the frame and, the good framing that I had
I'm sure
done.
it's somewhere.
Where?
Somewhere. I don't know where. Probably
It's
in your
not
house
at home.
somewhere.
No.
I don't know where it would be.
I love it. I mean, it's like growing up. Because people always told me that like Ashish was like the just a super god, like huge
Ashish was-
athlete, huge scholar, and he is like the wild man who's always just getting in trouble and all this.
No, Pranav was not getting into trouble, but Pranav was, Ashish was the older son, so
Right.
he was like more
Loved.
fall. No, not
If you were
loved.
walking down that side of a road, right, and you saw Ashish on a cliff hanging off and Pranav on a cliff, they're both hanging off. Dear life.
I'd go like that.
No. Save one. Save one.
Save
I
one,
wouldn't.
Mom.
No,
Save
I
one.
would. Nope.
Wait,
No,
I'm looking at your eyes. I'm seeing Ashish in the
I'm
eyes.
seeing
Ashish in the eyes.
eyes, Mom.
Ashish, he's searching. He's got to save people. What is he gonna do? Say the F word again on stage? Throw him off. In fact, she'd save him and then kick you off. A little bit like, hey, get off.
Never. Never. I'd go like
She's
that.
strong, so I just go kick Pranav.
Never. I would go like that.
But you will say that I remember one time you were like, yeah, well, Ashish is a good boy and all that.
He's
But then
a
he was
good
like, but when you're looking for a good time,
It's Pranav.
when you want to
That's true.
get the goss going,
My mom is mildly psychic. I
Yeah.
will tell you this, okay? I will tell you my mom is somewhat psychic. One time I got arrested.
You didn't.
I mean, see? You see the
psychic.
sanitizing?
So psychic. She knows everything.
Do you see the sanitization? Right? One time I got arrested, right? It was for, I've been like driving on the highway, I was smoking weed or something, and I got pulled over and they busted me for having possession of weed. And I was like, oh fuck, or whatever. And they booked me or whatever and they charged me and then they let me go, right? So I come home and I'm just kind of hanging out with my mom. We're downstairs, we're hanging out on the couch, and she's like, hey, what's going on with you? And I'm like, nothing. I'm like 19 at this
All right,
point,
make up
right?
your stories.
So I'm like, what's? She's like, I'm like, what's going on with you? I'm like, nothing. Like nothing's going on. Why? She's like, you okay? Like you don't seem like normal. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. She's like, are you in trouble or something? Like what's happening? I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm fine, Mom. Like lying,
Yeah.
of course. And she's like, did you get arrested? She knew.
How did you know?
How did you know that, Mom?
All the tickets, the speeding, they all resulted in tickets.
Uh huh.
So,
What?
You just had a feeling that this guy
This is the
doing-
day after, Mom. I got
No,
arrested.
No, so there was something growing in his drawer.
What is this?
Oh,
What
yeah.
is-
That was high school, though.
That's good.
Yeah, go
What's
ahead.
going-
Tell the story, Mom.
I'm like, well, what's Pranav growing in his drawer? And I knew it wasn't Tulsi.
Heyo. Heyo.
Got him. Got him. Got him.
I brought it out and kept it on the dining table. When he comes from school, all without in his white undershirt, no shirt from Lord and Taylor on him. My juice is already riled up. I'm like, Pranav, what were you growing here? And Pranav goes, oh shit,
No. Here's what actually happened. Okay, you did find all this stuff. I was growing weed in my drawer.
Wasn't
I was
Tulsi?
trying to, but you know what? Here's where my mom comes in.
See, no.
Listen. Here's where the true mom comes in. At the time, I was working at Giant Foods. I was a cashier at a grocery store. I was 16. My mom and dad come in for no reason, and they just come in.
Just
They're
to see you
They're
work.
just like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Nothing. What's
Working
up?"
class.
I'm like, "Are you guys getting something to eat?" They're like, "No, we just wanted to stop by." And they're just looking at me, and I'm like, "Okay." They're like, "When are you coming home?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know." I was like, "I think I get off in like an hour." They're like, "Oh, an hour. Cool." They're like, "Yeah, I guess we'll see you at home then, dog." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'm like, okay, that was weird. Why did my parents come here? And then I go home,
We went
and
to
everything
Giant.
is spread out like a curator at the MoMA would have done. Everything. There's like
All
pipes.
lies.
There's empty. There's
All
baggies full
lies.
of weed.
That's amazing.
And then there's the seeds germinating. It's all just spread out. As soon as I walk in the door, it's just there. No one else is home. So it was a very psychological tactic of like, let's just look at this.
Wait,
Let's make him look.
Wait. Did y'all come in together? Or you
No,
walked in
I
alone?
came by myself.
Right.
So they knew.
It was there for him.
They were like, let's
to
lay all
see.
this out. Okay? So that's one thing that she did.
Unreal.
This
Unreal.
Is the
Auntie,
same.
this is some real
Yeah.
story.
This is
that
not
was the
revealing.
year of his growing up.
So you wanted
And
to show
then
him like this guy's gonna know.
And then
This
another
guy's gonna
time, it's night, and Pranav goes out of the room, of the house, and I'm like, where is he going at night? It's
Right,
like
right.
midnight, and
Is he sneaking out, or is he like, Mom, I'm going? out?
no. He just opens
Walks
the door
out.
and walks
Jesus
out.
Christ, okay.
So I look up to see where is he going, and he's sitting on the hood of the car, the maroon car, and he's smoking.
I was like 14 or something then.
And
13.
then I woke up Avinash. I said, look, get up and see what Pranav is doing.
Our kid is a
And
murderer.
Pranav, yeah, I mean, I was hurt.
I was enjoying it. It was like a starry night. It was like a clear night. I was like,
he's
I'm a
laying on
man.
the hood of the car and, he's smoking. And I say, Avinash, get up and see what he's doing. And Avinash got up and he goes, oh, Pranav. What did Dad say?
I don't know if
What's this
nobody said
voice?
anything out the window. I think you came to the door maybe.
And what did Dad say?
I don't remember.
Pranav, don't do that. That's all.
Amazing.
No, you know what it
Amazing
was?
voice.
You know what it was? It was like you got really pissed off at me. I think Dad was asleep, and then the next day I'm like at home from school. You're like, wait till Dad comes home. Wait till Dad comes home. Yeah. I'm sitting there at my desk. I'm like, okay, and then my dad opens the door. He's like, hey. Don't smoke. And then he just shuts the door.
Yeah, I don't see Uncle as like some sort of like pugilist
Because
executioner.
Uncle had also smoked in school.
Yeah.
So, he could...
Yeah, it ran in the family.
But you were waiting for Uncle to come and like lay down the beat down.
Yeah,
bring
then,
down the
yeah.
house. And then he walked back to your room and he's like, "What
No,
do you
my
do?"
mom was very inventive with how she would punish me.
Oh, be quiet.
She
Yes,
was. One
this is
time,
good stuff.
this is where we're getting. The one time I ever came home drunk. This is like the first time I ever got really
that was a
wasted.
sheesh.
No, this is me. Okay,
No, that-
there's a sheesh too. We can definitely tell that story if you
No,
want.
that's the only one. I don't
Okay.
remember you coming home.
Came home wasted one night. It was of course they were super strict, so I had like a 9:30 curfew when I'm 25 or whatever, right?
Auntie, what's going on?
You know?
Not true.
I had like an 11 o'clock curfew. I was like 18, and I'd gotten wasted at this friend's house. I had never really drank before, and I'm driving my mom's new Toyota Camry. So it
Nice.
was like a really nice car, and these guys had to drive me home in it because I was so wasted. Puked.
Which friend
Really
was
gnarly.
that?
Nobody knew. And you guys were up. You were up, and you were like
Ready to go.
She was ready
Ready
to
to
go,
fire.
but she didn't say anything. She was like, "Just go to bed."
Ooh.
She saw the shape I was in. I was all pukey.
Yeah.
She's like, no, don't change. Just get in bed and sleep. And I did.
Yeah.
And then she woke me up. It was like August. She woke me up at like 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, get up. I'm like, what's up? She's like, go mow the lawn.
Whoa, Auntie!
I was like, what?
Auntie!
I was like, oh, what? I was like, I had to change.
Auntie!
Yeah, she's like, no, you're not changing. She made me wear those clothes.
Auntie!
Full sleeves.
Auntie! They don't do this at Auschwitz, Auntie.
You know?
They
And
don't
she
do
was
this
like,
in
no,
concentration camps.
Go mow the lawn in the like 90-degree weather and full.
And did you?
Yeah, I did. And then, of course, you did the yelling, you know?
You made him do a whole job and then yelled. That's amazing, Auntie. You're devilish.
Damn devil.
She's diabolical.
Oh my God,
That's why he has me on Mango Bay.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Your mango